Hello there, and well, as is probably very apparent, I am not Mr. Zygarde. I am, you know, I'm his friend here, and I'm gonna be doing a deck profile on his channel. So yeah, MegaRay. So yeah, if you want to check out my channel, it's GJB2003. No caps, no spaces, just under the assumption that he doesn't link it in the description, just in case, you know. Anyway, enough with the self-advertisement. Let's get moving. So, MegaRay. As you could probably expect, starting off, we got 2 copies of RayquazaEX here. This thing's got the attacks Intensifying Burn and Dragon Pulse. Intensifying Burn, it's alright, 10, 60 if they're an EX for 1 colorless, but Dragon Pulse is a solid attack. 3 colorless, 100 damage, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. I prefer this to other rays simply because if you need to attack with it, you don't need to put extra energies on for the cost of the Mega. It's nice, easy, which is why I don't play any more of these. The Mega Ascension one. DCE, search a MegaRay, 4 colorless, 130, flip a coin if tails, discard 2 energies attached to them. It's alright. I mean, there are going to be times where you can't search the Megas, but, you know, that's not all the time. But, you know, just in case you do need to search it, this guy's here. Then we got 3 copies of the man himself, MegaRayquazaEX. Oh boy, the power of this card. 220 HP Mega Pokemon. Got the Ancient trait, basically saying you can evolve it turn 1 or the turn that you drop your Baby Ray. Really, really strong. Unless you get this Emerald Break turn 1 sometimes. And Emerald Break, 3 colorless energy, 30 damage times the amount of Pokemon on your bench. Oh boy, if they don't have a Sudowoodo, they are not really going to have much of a way to deal with this. And you just get to laugh at them as they struggle. Alright, next up we got some backup attackers here. We got 1 copy of Jolteon EX. You know, looking at the basics of this card, 160 HP, electric type Pokemon, weak to fighting. Free Retreat's nice, but really it's Flash Ray that we're looking at. Electric double colorless, 70 damage during your opponent's next turn. No basic Pokemon can even touch this thing. Really, really strong. I've had games where my opponent just absolutely cannot work around this card. It's hysterical, honestly. And I've had the same case with this card here, Xurkitree GX. Ah, yes. New Aegislash. Flashing Head, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon with special energy. Lightning, colorless, 100 damage, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. It's okay. It's a little expensive, though. But then, Lighting GX. Yeah. 1 electric energy. Your opponent reveals their hand, add a card you find there to their face-down prizes. Oh, the rage that attack causes. It's so great. And now moving into the core engine of the deck. It's MegaRay, so of course we got 4 copies of Shaman EX. With that really, really broken ability setup. When you drop him, draw till you got 6 in your hand. Really, really, really good. Sky Return, you don't really want to be hitting with that too much. I mean, it's all in the ability there. It's, as far as abilities are concerned, that's probably just about one of the best ones that we got in the entire expanded format, if not the single best one that we have in the expanded format. Next, we got 2 copies of Hoopa EX. This is only really here for Scoundrel Ring. When you play it from your hands, search for 3 Pokemon EX. Really, really good. You usually want to search out, you know, these 2 Fools and a Shaman. This guy here, it's good. It's very, very good. And we got our 2 copies of Dragonite EX. This thing really just serves as recovery. Your opponent drops your Skyfield, you bench this thing, get 2 basics back, put them down, well, boom, you got a full bench again. And we got Jirachi EX here. This is an interesting card. I prefer Talele in this deck simply because you can search it with Hoopa. I mean, sure, you can knock it out with 3 Jet Punches to the bench, but you got ways to work around that in this deck. It's good. The last 2 Pokemon here are really just to help certain matchups. We got 1 copy of Oricorio, Supernatural Dance. For each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile, drop a damage counter on their field wherever you like. Helps Night March, helps Vespiquen. those decks don't really have a good way of dealing with this. You can exploit Night March's Dimension Valley, use this for free, really good, really good. Then we got one copy of Sudowoodo. Basically Roadblock, your opponent can only have 4 bench Pokemon. Really, it's all for Zoroark here. With Hex getting banned, they're not going to have much counterplay against this. And, well, you drop this, they need the choice band to play the 2-shot game with Ray, because no matter what, they can't one-shot you, which is nice, but this basically really makes them have to try to get that choice band. So, really good. Also just kind of hurts their general setup. And that's it for the Pokemon lineup. There are a lot of them. Most of them are EXs, actually. So, yeah, now moving into the supporters. There aren't very many of them, though. One copy of Chorus. Pretty much the best draw supporter in the format. One copy of Professor Sycamore. Pretty much the fastest draw supporter in the format. Drop your hand, draw 7, pretty good. One copy of N. Reliable shuffle draw, but also serves as a little bit of disruption. One copy of AZ. This is an interesting card. Basically, it lets you get stuff out of the active, but it also lets you reuse abilities like Setup, Scoundrel Ring, and Pull Up. You don't really want to reuse Stellar Guidance with a supporter, but it's good. Say you got a big fat Dragonite popped in the active, just AZ him, pick him right back up, and then you're good. One copy of Skyla. Searches your trainers. You can search out your Skyfields, your Spirit Links, Ultra Balls. Overall, just good, pretty versatile utility card. And the last supporter is one copy of Lysander, because of course, gotta drag stuff off the bench, knock it out, can finish Shaman's late game, can take out a backup an attacker that they're charging in the background. Really, really good. Alright, that's it for supporters. Moving into the items now. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, because of course you play 4 copies of Ultra Ball. It's a phenomenal card. Drop 2 cards from your hand, search your deck for a Pokemon. It's really, really good. I mean, if you play Pokemon, you know how good Ultra Ball is. Then we got 4 copies of VS Seeker, because again, of course you play 4 copies of VS Seeker. This is really what lets you get away with playing such a thin supporter line here. Just being able to reuse them all the time. You can just throw away your supporters with your Ultra Balls. It's no big deal, really. Then we got 3 copies of Trainer's Mail. Helps with consistency. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a trainer card you find in there, except for Trainer's Mail, put it in your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Again, really helps with consistency. And just all around really, really strong card. Then, what Mega deck is complete without Spirit Links? I mean, 3 Rayquaza Spirit Link. Because, again, there's no excuse for playing any less than this. You need the links to make this deck work. Next up, we got 3 copies of Mega Turbo. This card here, attach a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Mega Pokemon. It lets you charge up a Mega Ray in 1 turn. If you go second, you can Emerald Break turn 1, which is really nice. And this thing really helps your Ultra Necrozma matchup, because it lets you set up just about as consistently as them and trade one-shots. Next up, we got 2 copies of Floatstone. Basically just free retreat for whatever it's attached to. Really good for stuff like Dragonite, Hoopa, sometimes even Xurkitree. I think it goes the best on Jolteon, though. No, don't do that. Do not do that. And then 2 copies of Rescue Stretcher. It's the best form of Pokemon recovery that we got right now. You can either just put a Pokemon straight into your hand or shuffle 3 into your deck. Super, super good. Then we got 1 copy of Special Charge, recover your special energy, and trust me, this deck loves its special energy. And then 1 copy of Battle Compressor. Basically, if you open it up in your hand and you don't have a draw supporter, but you do have a VS Eager, you can drop them with Battle Compressor. You can drop your energies turn 1, so you can Mega Turbo. Just all around, pretty decent card. And that's actually going to be it for items. So moving into stadiums, we got 4 copies of Skyfield. It lets you have 8 bench Pokemon. It lets you hit for 240 damage very consistently. So, yeah. Gotta love it. And as for energy, 4 copies of DCE. It fuels Ray, it fuels Mega Ray, it fuels Jolteon, Shaman, Dragonite. Just about all your attackers really like this card. except for Circuitry, honestly. And then 4 copies of Basic Electric Energy. I mean, obviously, it makes you not burn 2 DCE on a Mega Ray. This guy likes it, this guy likes it. It's all around just a really, really, you know, well, very few decks can function without Basic Energy. And, well, that's the deck. It's got some really solid matchups in the meta. Doesn't have a whole lot of glaringly horrible matchups. Your Night March matchup is okay. Your Zoroark matchup is pretty good. But yeah, that'll be just about all for the deck profile. Thanks for watching, and yeah.